Welcome to Kitchen 143. I am your host, Michelle Aventajado, and I am so excited to welcome you into my kitchen. I am back home, guys, as we talk about some of the things we love and how we celebrate with our holiday gatherings. I have three words for you today. Eat, eat, eat. And why three? Because this is our third and final episode for holiday gatherings, and we are only 3 days away from Christmas Eve. Don't worry, don't stress. We have all of this planned for you so that if you are the person that is putting together your celebration and you don't want to stress, this is the episode for you because we have lots of recipes, lots of fun things that you can do to prepare for the festivities while still, of course, looking fabulous and remembering the reason for the season. Okay. We will unburden you of all of those preparations today and, of course, share with you how you can create a wonderful and delicious spread with the snap of your fingers. Today, we will have our resident mixologist, Jerome McCuin, a good friend of mine, joining us again to show us an American staple, eggnog, which is something we both grew up with and have had quite often during the holiday season. Of course, we know this is not something that is very Filipino in nature, so we're going to show you how to make that. Well, Jerome is going to show us how to make that. And of course, he's the perfect host for us to learn how to make this from because he really dives into a recipe and shares all the fun things about the recipe and maybe even some history as well. Hey, Jerome, how are you?
Oh, I'm excited. It's Christmas time. This is pretty much the best time of year to be in the Philippines. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, the big reward, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
It sure is. And joining Jerome and I today also is another good friend, Kaye Sy-Catral. She is one of the mamas behind Bento Mamas. And of course, she's also a really good friend of mine. Spent many holidays with her as well. Hi, Kaye. How are you?
Hi, Mish. Hi, Jerome. I'm good.
Hi.
Thank you for
Thanks
having me.
Thanks for joining us. I know you're very busy, so I'm really grateful that you finally got to join me on a show. And then, of course, of course, to join us as well, we also have the crew from Ilio's Party Trays. You guys have seen them on TV Patrol. You've seen them with Jessica Soho. Maybe you've seen them in Lifestyle Asia. These guys are the real deal. And they are all here today to tell us a little bit about Chef Ilios and, of course, how we can partner with them to make our holiday spreads family friendly, and of course, easy peasy. Hi, Chef N and Matt. How are you?
Hi, Michelle, Jerome, and Kaye. Thanks for having us in your show.
We are so excited that you're here. So maybe we can bring Jens on too if Jens would like to join us. The more the merrier, of course. Hey, Jens, how are you?
Hi, Michelle. I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy that we are all together here, of course, safe, of course, not taking away from anything that's going on around the rest of the country. We are blessed. And of course, we're praying for the rest of our brethren and our kababayan as well, right? So, but we will be learning a lot about the holidays and gathering this episode. As always, we will have our Quiz the Cook questions. 5 opportunities to take home 5 Ricardo's feasts from Elio's Party Trays. And this is good for a family from 4 to 6. So their website says 4 to 6, but guys, their servings are super generous. So you can be sure you will be feeding the whole family when you order from Elio's Party Trays. Of course, for anyone who would like to join in the giveaway, we have a couple of requirements. Please make sure to share the live stream on your Facebook page or profile. Make sure it's set to public because we have to check and make sure, because we know, and you guys know, hashtag sharing is caring. So share that live stream and then, of course, tune in and pay attention because the questions that we will be asking All the answers are given during the show. We are broadcasting live today on Rappler's Facebook page, as well as the Mama and Manila Facebook page. And we would love to hear where you are signing in from, okay? If you have questions for Chef N, for Jerome, Kaye, Jens, or Mac, please just leave them in the comment section on the Facebook page, and we'll be sure to answer them as they come up. So before we start, I do want to say hello to all of our viewers who are tuning in. So Gemma Dick says, good afternoon, Miss Michelle, Sir Jerome, Miss Kaye, and Chef N and Mac. She's making sure to greet everyone. Jens, I think she left you out. Gemma, Jen is here too. And then we have Rain Ison Manayo. Hello, Chef N and Mao. I think she meant Mac. Unless your nickname is Mao. Do you have another nickname, Mac?
Oh, it's just Mac.
Angelo Santos Mendez, who was one of our winners from last week, says, hello, Mommy Kaye-Catral. Mommy Riza. Hi. So all of our mommy bloggers are here. Hi, guys. Hello, Brand Buzz. Hello, all of our mommy bloggers. We're so happy to see that you guys are watching. And we have Wendy from Las Piñas saying hello as well. Time Tahada says she loves Jerome's top. He's all ready for Christmas. Jerome, tell us about that top.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is actually, I'm cheating a little bit. This is my Christmas picture top that I'm wearing in advance. We were supposed to save this for Christmas Eve. The whole family has matching tops. I just grabbed it from the closet real quick. I'm wearing it early. Don't tell anybody.
Well, I'm so glad that you're in the seat. You're in festivities by dressing in red with us. So we are happy that you're here and doing that. And don't worry, I won't tell anyone, just everyone who's watching on Facebook. Hi, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Hi, guys.
Open my gift early.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Chef N, Mac, and Jens, you guys have a YouTube channel. I was checking it out recently. I actually watched the vlog where Chef N celebrated his birthday. It was so touching to me to see how you guys came together to celebrate Chef N. Like it really felt, for me, it felt like a family. You guys are like one big family celebrating each other and all the wins. Tell us about the business, how it started, how it's grown, and maybe later after that we can talk about some of your most popular dishes.
All right. Okay. Well, we started back in December of 2019. To be honest, the name of the company is not Illo yet. So we started in a makeshift home kitchen in the house of Chef and his wife, Miss Anne. So during that time, the thing was we were just trying to curate some of our personal kitchen favorites, and then so you remember, Chef, and you also had plans of going abroad during that time. He was actually supposed to leave out of the country that time to look for greener pastures. Yes. But then during that time, we just thought that maybe we can try another chance in the food business, and one more shot in the food business, right? And then so that's where we started to create some of our personal kitchen favorites, what the kids want. Yeah, and then we tried to post it on social media. And then actually the first package that we tried was worth 13,000 pesos. That was our first sale. First sale. And it just actually rolled from there. And in just a certain happenstance, I think one media personality, I think she's a social media personality, got in touch with us and ordered from us. I'm not sure if we're allowed to disclose the name.
Sure, why not? Especially if she's on social media.
Yes. She's Miss Patty Laurel.
Oh, we love Patty.
Yeah, Miss Patty Laurel. Yeah, that's why she's our guardian angel. Everything we think everything started from there. She ordered from us, and then she also posted us on social media, and then that's when some of her friends also inquired from us, and it actually rolled from there. So it just so happened that during that time, back in January, it's still the pandemic is not that very hyped yet. Right. So that's where we started to bring more value to the business, because it was then during the pandemic what we were doing the pre-orders already, and we were encouraging people to dine at home and celebrate life every day. So it just complemented what happened in the pandemic. So it started from there, word of mouth, and then the celebrities just kept on talking about the food and the quality of our dishes, and then from there the rest, they say, is history. So that's how it's actually started.
Yeah, and what a wonderful beginning, actually. So, you guys have really seen how the business has grown from something that started out to be like one last try, right? Chef Ed was saying, like, we'll
Yes.
give it one last shot before he's going to give up and go. Thank God you didn't do that. See, it's all in God's time there that you
Right.
didn't give up, and you did go for it. So, Patty is a friend of ours as well. I think I
Mhm.
first saw I first saw your dishes with Sheila Catilo, who is one of
Ah,
Sheila
Patty's,
yeah,
Catral.
Miss Sheila. Yeah, yeah,
who's one of your good friend, one of Patty's good friends as
good
well.
friends. Yes,
So
yes, yes.
we've been following along for a long time, and I'm so happy to see how you've grown and how you do cater to families.
Mhm.
So one of the things that impressed upon me when we were chatting earlier was how you really plan your meal sets around dishes that go together and dishes that are good for the family. So one thing, you guys sent over the cuccinillo set for me, and
Mhm.
I was impressed that you also thought about the people who don't enjoy pork,
Mhm.
and instead of having the lechon, you also include a roasted chicken for the people who don't want the pork. And there's three different ways you can eat it.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Yeah.
tell us about the three different ways you can eat the cuccinillo set?
All
So,
right.
Dishes.
okay, Michelle. So there are three ways on how to eat our cochini ilios. By the way, we call it cochini ilios. Yeah, so,
Cuccinillos.
yeah. So we have the three different ways how to enjoy cochini ilios. So first, if you can see, Michelle, no, we have wraps as well. So you can get a portion of the
Here's the
kochi.
wraps.
Yes, yeah, that one, right?
I love
So
that they're festive.
Yeah. Just in time for Christmas.
Perfect.
Yes,
yeah, so
yes.
you can get one piece of that, and then just a portion of the kochi, and then we have also the veggies there,
Yeah.
and then we have different sauces. It depends on the preference of the client, the consumer,
Right.
and then you can eat it as is like it's a wrap, like it's a shawarma thing.
Lechon wrap.
Yeah, lechon wrap.
Lechon wrap. And we call it lechon wrap.
Yeah.
I love it.
We have four sauces. We have a Texas Ranch, Asian hoisin sauce.
Oyster sauce.
We have
Yes.
Texas Ranch and Carolina honey. So it actually depends on whichever floats your boat.
Yes, and sometimes it's nice when you mix a little bit of each of the sauces. And the thing
Mhm.
that I love the most, actually, when you talk about food that you can wrap and eat with your hands, that's a
Yeah.
crowd pleaser. Of
Yeah.
course, in this setting, we would have this at home with the kids, right? Anything
Mhm.
that kids can eat with their hands, they love it
Yeah.
that much more.
Mhm. And it's
What I
very
did,
Filipino.
go ahead.
And I mean, it's very Filipino. You eat with your hands, and you put everything that you want. Like it's like your mini elevated boodle fight. But
Yes.
this time
Yes.
it's lechon or
Lechon.
chicken. You just choose whatever.
Yes. I even like how, Mac, when you said before, how you've even the chili sauce. So
Yeah.
there's a special chili sauce that comes with it besides the four flavored sauces.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want us to do with that after.
Yeah, all right. Because just like what we mentioned, there are three ways to eat it. The first one is just you get a portion of the lechon, dip it in the sauce, and just eat it. The second one is the lechon wrap. The third one is, of course, when you have leftovers. It's possible that you don't just throw it away, because there are some leftovers that can still be eaten. So we have our chili garlic sauce there, and then you just put it in the pan
Just
fry
saute
it,
it there.
saute it, put the chili sauce, and then you have your spicy lechon afterwards. So you
It's
can
another
eat
meal.
it
Yeah.
you can eat it the next day. So there's no stones unturned for the lechon.
Fantastic. And of course, in this day and age, we're very conscious about zero waste and making
Yeah.
sure we take care of all of the blessings that he gives us, right? So yes, for sure. Yes to recycling and making it even yummier. And I can just imagine that spicy pork on
Yeah.
top of rice.
And
Sounds good.
Michelle,
Okay.
also, aside from the gochi, no, included in the package is the roast chicken and the paella.
Mhm.
Yes, that's right.
So everyone has an option as well if they don't like the pork. They can take the chicken and then the rice on it in the paella.
Right, right. And so this paella, it's Valenciana, right? The one that
Valenciana.
comes in the package.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we included this here. And, guys, the other thing that I loved about the packaging, so when everything arrived earlier this afternoon, super prompt, the Elios they have their own riders. So your food comes straight from the commissary and is delivered by their own riders, so less people to touch. And it's packed so well. So the packages are packed in the containers and then even packed in like a box with handles, very easy to handle. For me, I really appreciated that everything was so neat and it was so easy for me to lay out actually with my own serving platters. So that's another thing to consider. Guys, I love it. Okay. Yes, and it was Jerome added that it was delivered hot still, and it was. And
Yes,
we're not
it's because we prepare and cook the food 3 hours, 2 hours prior to the delivery preferred time of the client.
So that's, while we're talking about that, okay, so I would love to show everybody your commissary, but before we do that, tell us a little bit about what the winners from today's Quiz the Cook questions are going to be taking home. I think we talked about the Ricardo's Feast.
Yeah. It's one of our packages. No, just like what you mentioned earlier, Michelle. We have different trays or packages depending on the size of the package. Like we have a family treat, we have an office treat, we have a party tray treat. So for this one, it's part of our office treat. So it's good for 4 to 6 people. Our Ricardo's packages. The dishes included there are beef caldereta, yan, lechon kawali, Cajun roast chicken, and chorizo fried rice, and also mixed nuts, banana loaf. Yeah, so those are some of our personal favorites.
Yes,
Also.
it's a complete meal.
Yeah.
So it even comes with dessert.
Yes.
Yes.
It's really done for you guys. You are tuning in. We have some viewers from Pampanga. We have viewers from Las Piñas. We have, so we have lots of viewers. Guys, I think you will be excited, especially from Pampanga. We have Chef N said you guys are expanding in the north, no?
Yes.
Yes.
We can actually
We
deliver.
open our second branch, Commissary in Green Hills, which caters also the nearest cities in Pampanga. So we do deliver in Pampanga already.
Yeah.
Wow. And then we also have, wow, guys, I am so happy to see where you're all watching from. We have someone from Caloocan, someone from Dagupan, Pangasinan, to Gigarao. Hi, Divinia. We also have, guys, I'm so excited to see where you're tuning in from. So let's see let's see from your video that you shared with us. Tell us about your commissary. Tell us where you're located, and let's walk us through a day before, what it takes to deliver what we have on the table today.
All right. Okay, so here is our BF commissary. So right now we have 2 commissaries already, but this one is our BF commissary in Parañaque. All right. So as you can see, we have 2 service sessions or 2 service slots. We have lunch service and we have dinner service. So in a day, that's what our employees do. So as you can see, they're all preparing the sets at the earliest time possible in time for lunch and dinner. So as you can see, they make sure that all the recipes are. Okay. Our resident girl, Lara.
That's basically our first branch. That's our main branch here in BF Homes, Parañaque. We are planning to, again, as I've mentioned earlier, we are planning to expand our commissary. You should stay tuned, and for more updates, always visit our social media platforms. That would be for Instagram and Facebook. We also have TikTok. Please follow me on TikTok too. We have our TikTok, YouTube here. Might as well follow and subscribe. Ilio's Party Trays in all social media platforms. That's it. Goodbye. Roar.
Yeah, you know what, Mitch? It's really hard to describe everything that happens in our commissary in just like a 30-second video. There comes a lot of heart, a lot of passion in making and preparing the dishes made for our lovies. No, we call our clients lovies. No, so that's how dedicated we are with the food that we serve, because we believe that in every food that we serve, regardless whether we're blood related or not, you are meant to consume the food as if it's your family who's going to eat it. So that's how very meticulous we are in preparing all the dishes that we serve every day.
I love that. And
Mhm.
you know that this is Kitchen I Love You. So I can address you guys also today as lovies because we all love being in the kitchen too, diba? Perfect. Okay, I think we are ready for our first quiz, the cook question. Remember that 5 winners will take home a Ricardo's treat set from Elio's Party Trays. This is good for 4 to 6 people, so it's perfect for the family. If you live in Metro Manila, this will be delivered to your door. If you don't live in Metro Manila and you want to gift it to somebody, because we have a lot of viewers who are saying where they are tuning in from, not necessarily so close to Metro Manila, but I'm sure you have family. You can share it with them and say Merry Christmas. Okay? Because it is perishable. We want everybody to be able to have the food and enjoy it while it's still good. You know the mechanics. Make sure you share the live from the Facebook page of Rappler or Mama in Manila. It has to be set on public. Remember, hashtag sharing is caring. We want to see it. We do check, guys. And of course, so I will let Jens, why don't you read the first quiz the cook question? And then we will announce the winner after we read some more comments. So the quiz the cook question is.
Okay, the first question is, name all the dishes including in Ilio's Party Trays Ricardo's treat.
There we go. You guys have it. It is the first question for the afternoon. And of course, if you were paying attention, you will be the first person to if you're the first person to comment correctly, you will get to take home this feast that you don't have to do anything for except sit down and set the table. Okay, let's look at some of our comments here. We have lots of people who are commenting already.
Oh, we saw someone who got the right answer already.
Already?
Wow,
Yeah.
super
Yeah,
fast.
I saw
Okay, so
somebody.
before we answer, we will actually, so we'll let the team answer, check that and make sure that they shared the Facebook stream, the live stream. And then we will also tell, just check in with everybody. So I saw a Roseanne Hanrado Fernandez. She's hoping to win, and she was saying how everything looked so good during the video. Sosasco Jep Ina. Hello, good afternoon, watching from Caloocan. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Let's see. So the first person to answer correctly will be the one to take this home. Looks like we have a lot of people who are answering. We love that you're all engaged. Keep it coming, guys. And like I said, you don't have to live in Metro Manila to win this. You could send it to a family friend, or maybe you want to make nice with your mother-in-law. You can send it to her too. Okay, let's see. All right. I think we may have a winner. Let's see, everyone. There's so many people tuning in. We also have Marilyn Hardin, who's watching from Quezon Province. Hi, Marilyn. Thanks for tuning in. Charmaine. Let's just make sure that we got to check both pages to see. Okay. Okay, looks like This is the beauty of doing things live, guys. You just gotta we just gotta check and make sure. And of course, we want everybody to learn more about Ilios. We want you guys to share. We want to share the kitchen love with our lovies. So guys, make sure you have shared it. And it looks like we have a winner. Congratulations, Mark Ebo. Thanks
Wow.
for tuning in again. And we are, so you will be receiving beef caldereta, lechon coalet, Cajun roast chicken, chorizo fried rice, mixed nuts, banana loaf, and you answered everything correctly.
That's
If you were paying attention and you were fast, you have very fast internet, I think. So go ahead and make sure you when you receive the message from the team, make sure you give your contact information. Okay. So let's welcome Jerome and Kaye back on the screen, because I'd like to share a little something about what our family does, #Team Jelly Bean, what we celebrate every year. So for those of you guys who are just tuning in now and you haven't really watched the episode before, I am a Filipina Italian American. So my mom's Filipina, my dad's Italian. I grew up eating both kinds of cuisines every day. And one of the things that we did celebrating for Christmas Eve when Nino and I got married is I wanted to carry on the tradition that my grandfather did when my dad was younger, which was the Feast of the Seven Fishes. So Jerome has eaten at my house for Christmas Eve with some of our friends as well, not just my family. Kaye has come over for Thanksgiving. And this Feast of the Seven Fishes really is the Italian-American way to kind of, I want to say fast, but it's not really fasting because, of course, like Noche Buena, it's all, we have lots of food to celebrate the birth of Jesus. But in this case, we just have fish. So I'm sharing some of the recipes that I usually make, some recipes that Nino makes, some recipes that we kind of came together to make together, as well as recipes that are traditionally Italian-American as well. I have 4 short videos, but we'll break it up. So hi guys, hi Kaye, hi Jerome. Jerome, do you know what it's like to eat Feast of the Seven Fishes?
This is about to be a stroll down memory lane. We're going to go through all the past Christmas dinners. I've done this a couple of times, as the pictures will tell. Maybe I've gotten a little progressively chunkier. Every time it's been good, and every time it tastes, fish is healthy stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do live on an island, and the Philippines is made up of many islands, so seafood is aplenty here. Jerome, actually, I'm letting you off the hook. I'm not showing any past Christmas Eve photos.
I was worried about that. I was worried you're going to pull out the old archive photos, but let's see the food.
We'll see the food. Okay, so we'll show the first 2 videos back to back, and I'll walk through. Guys, if you have any questions, you can jump in. Jerome, if you have any questions or comments, you can do that too, jump in.
Sure.
So this is actually Nino's Long Island clam bake, and we love making this dish with any kind of sausage. For this one, we used Alba's chorizo. We've used spicy Italian sausage. We've used kielbasa, depending on the flavor that we wanted for the soup that comes with it. It really depends on the different kind of sausage that we'll use. So for this, we had the Alba's chorizo in the freezer, and it just really, the smoky paprika flavor goes so well. We sauteed it with just onion and olive oil. Once the flavors are out, we mix in our shellfish. So there's clams, there's mussels, there's prawn. We even put salmon in sometimes, because sometimes I like a nice piece of fish. We put crab in before, and it's really up to you. Whatever's fresh, whatever's available, and whatever's easy, that's what we put in. So the base really is just the chorizo, the olive oil, and the onion. And then we add equal parts white wine and water. And that ends up becoming the sauce. So we serve it in a big bowl. This is one of the courses that we'll serve on Christmas Eve. I'll actually bring the whole pot to the table and everybody will just kind of sit around and dip their bread, and there might also be some of the other appetizers that we have on the table at the same time. But this, if we wanted to make it a meal, I guess you could kind of compare it to a lighter cioppino. Serve it with bread, garnish, super easy. Guys, it was like literally minutes for it to just come to, you steam it, and then you can dip your bread in the white wine with, all those flavors of the chorizo. So super easy, and it's actually, that's, how many fish were there already? That was 4 fish, but we still add 6 more dishes.
That's the part that always I remember my first Filipino Christmas, and I messed up big time because I filled up on the first thing. I'm sitting there rubbing my belly, and they're like, "Okay, so that was the appetizer," and I was like, "Whoa, wait, what?"
Yes, that is how it is, both for Filipinos and Italians. So this is my son's favorite, and we kind of adapted this as well. So like cheesy garlic mussels. We get the bigger mussels. Mussels are very affordable shellfish. We steam them. We remove the other part of the shell. I put a little bit of mayo, a little bit of sour cream, usually equal parts. And for this, since it was just a small batch, I put a 2 garlic cloves chopped mince. I put some Leonza cheese from Real California Milk, also kesem puti, and also some mozz. Herbs I put in are parsley, basil, salt and pepper always. The mussels were steamed ahead of time, just in water really quickly. And to clean the mussels, to clean the shellfish, that's probably the most tedious part of this. Mix it all up, fill your half shells, and we just have to bake it in the oven like super quick. Don't want to burn the cheese, but you do want the cheese nice and melty. And this actually is a really fast dish because the mussels are already cooked. So you just want everything heated all the way through. So a lot of times I'll prep this dish ahead, and then when people are sitting, I'll throw it in the oven and bring it out while it's still hot, and they're having like their appetizers. Kaye, do you enjoy mussels this way?
Yes, and I was just gonna say that I'm gonna invite myself over for Christmas Eve.
You are always welcome in my house for Christmas Eve. You know that for sure. Everyone is. The more the merrier. Okay. All right. So those two dishes are normally like the appetizers that we would bring out for the Feast of the Seven Fishes. And while there's a few more than one in each course, it's still fun because I will make 7 courses, even if there's a little bit of repeat. How about, okay, so Kaye, you said you want to come over on Christmas Eve for the Feast of the Seven Fishes, but what's Christmas Eve normally like in your house?
Well, my whole family would usually get together for lunch or dinner. Like we have lunch at my parents' house, and then for dinner we do an extended family thing, maybe like at a hotel or something. But since people have chosen to stay at home because
right.
of the situation, we're probably just gonna go have lunch at my brother's house. We'll crash for Christmas lunch, and we're bringing party cakes.
Well, there's nothing better than celebrating with family, whether it's crashing or whether it's pitching in with some of the dishes. Do you have a special dish that you make during the holidays?
Well, aside from pasta, I learned from our old cook. I also make a special broken glass. It's like a cathedral cake made out of jello and all that. I learned it from my parents' godparents. So they were missionaries back in the day here in the Philippines, and when they left their cook with us. So she became our family cook, and that's how I actually learned how to cook, was from her. And I learned all the special dishes for special occasions, and that's what I try to bring every Christmas. You've tried it, right?
I have, and I love it. It's not just fun for the kids to enjoy, but it's also so pretty. Like when you first said broken glass, I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat broken glass. But then when you brought it, I was like, oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Jerome, what is Christmas like for you, blended family man? I mean, I know
Well,
it was like
let's see
before because
here.
we would be together all the time, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna dial it back to even pre-Philippine Day. So, I actually celebrate. We celebrate on Christmas Day, the 25th. So it would be all about going to bed on time so that Santa could come. There wasn't a whole lot that happened on the 24th, and we wouldn't. You would have to like wait until morning time to to open the presents. Now, another little fun twist though is that I came to the Philippines on Christmas. So every Christmas kind of represents my anniversary date. I was invited, and my friends, before I came here, they said, "Come to the Philippines. We have the longest Christmas season in the world," and it's true. It is true. I think it starts. It starts what maybe August
September 1.
31. Yeah, like the last day of August, all of a sudden. And it extends to about Valentine's Day or so. So nowadays, Christmas for me is also just a reminder of I think like one of the best decisions I made of my life. Really turned things around. Got me a lovely family, lots of wonderful friends, more than a decade of just really good experiences. And I've happy to say I've been here riding along with everybody. And here we are again after the end of another good year, another long year.
I love that. And I didn't know that Christmas was your anniversary date of moving here. So that is an equally joyous reason to celebrate too. So I love that. Chef N and Mac and Jen's, holiday dishes that you guys that are your faves.
Oh, it's always the lechon, the kare-kare, the crispy binagoongan.
Yeah, so we actually sent you some food, some of our personal kitchen favorites. But if you'd ask me, chef, personally, this is something that the first dish that I've tasted that chef and cook. It's the kare-kare ni Lola Remy and the pork binagoongan. So the pair is actually a very, very good pair, plus the baked salmon.
Yes. Actually, I was going to mention that earlier. So, guys, when Chef N and Mac put together the menus, right? There's menus you can order, all different names of people. Are those your loved ones also?
Yes.
Are those your lovies?
Those
Okay,
are my in-laws and
In-laws.
my parents.
And would you
I,
believe it?
I
Would you
love
believe it?
it.
Some
I love it.
even some of our like packages we have, because we also have a package good for 1 to 2 people packs. It's our gourmet party box. It's named after some of our employees too.
Aw,
So just so we can contain the
And even the packages, we named it after relatives and family members of Chef N.
yes, I love that. And so that really shows how tightly knit you guys are as a team. And of course, you're paying tribute to the generations that came before us in there and putting the food on the table, right? I'm always like, the holidays, we're at the point now with my mom. My mom's almost 80, she's 78. So I've kind of gotten to the point where I kind of beg her, Mom, let me cook this time. Just sit, relax. I'll bring you a drink, sit down. And she's still very much the matriarch in terms of wanting to make sure she puts something that she made on the table as well. And that really is important if we talk about the tradition and the family and the generations that came before us. Where even some of the recipes that they've passed down, or in your case, Chef, and the dishes and the packages that are named after your lovies as well, right? So I love that. Okay, so with that, I want to share 2 more dishes, and one dish that is very special to both Nino and I, because it's one of those dishes that has been passed down. So the first dish we'll share is crab stuffed mushrooms, which I super love. This is also another appetizer. I'll walk you through how we make it. One of the things that I love about making this dish is that it does not have to be fresh crab, that you have to cut, steam, and himai. In this case, I used Pier 717. Their colossal can of crab meat is super easy. And of course, look at the size of those pieces. So I used a combination between shiitake mushrooms and button mushrooms because I wanted to make sure to use up all of that stuff. No waste. I chopped the mushroom stems nice and small. I used a Sierra Nevada Gina Marie cream cheese. And in this, I also mixed garlic, of course. Again, it's one of the Italian trinities. Breadcrumbs, basil, a little bit of oregano, fresh parsley, and grated cheese. Also, this one I used a cheddar actually. Throw in the crab meat, and then we're going to mix it all together. So this ends up being like a super plump mushroom that's cheesy. Those are the stems. So I cut up the stems after I cleaned the mushrooms and cleaned the stems, cut them up real small and put them back in. Again, because you want more mushroom flavor and I don't want to waste anything. Chop some fresh parsley in it, throw it in there too, and then we'll just end up stuffing the mushrooms. This is kind of dry. Some recipes that I've seen use a lot more breadcrumbs and maybe an egg. But because we had so much crab meat for this, I wanted it to just stuff the caps and make them like little mountains. So this, again, we're just throwing it in the oven really quickly, baking it. It's another appetizer. Jerome, I always make this every year. Sometimes I make a lot, sometimes not so many. Depending on whether or not I can get my hands on the canned crab.
Either way, I always eat a lot. I remember sometimes I come in there, you say, how many do you want? I say, how many do you got?
That's right. And that's okay, because you know what? When we're sitting at the table, nobody's watching and nobody's counting what you're eating. Everybody, in fact, Mac even said it. When we're all sitting at the table together, we tend to eat a little bit more, which is why we had the first three words, right? Eat, eat, eat. So there, just bake really quickly. I drizzled it with olive oil. If these were smaller, I might pick one up with my fingers and pop it in my mouth. These are a little bit bigger, so I was a little bit ladylike. I cut them in half before I popped them in. But super easy.
Michelle, do you work with portobello mushrooms?
I love the baby portobellos for this. It works really well as well. But if it was the big portobello, then I'd kind of feel bad. Like I'd want to at least split it with 4 people because they're so big, right? Yeah. But the flavors go well. I haven't obviously tried it with oyster mushrooms. You can't really stuff an oyster mushroom because they're so flimsy. But I'm sure I could probably chop up oyster mushrooms and throw them in too. That might make it even yummier. Mm-hmm. The last recipe I'm going to share today is a very special one. It's special to my husband because it's his grandma's recipe. So this is something he would always have on Christmas Day when he would visit his Lola Melly. She lived in Makati, and luckily, so from years and years of Nino eating it, we kind of figured out it's quite simple, the recipe. Just olive oil and salt and pepper, of course, to clean the shrimp. Of course, it's always important to clean the shrimp or the prawn really well. If we're slicing it down the back, of course, you can clean out and discard the waste. But if you weren't going to slice it, I found this trick where you can use a toothpick and start at the third section and pull it out without cracking open the back. Just a little tidbit for you. So super easy to make the egg salad. Just hard-boiled eggs, mayo, your average mayo. We put a little bit of Spanish smoked paprika this time, salt and pepper mix, and we're literally just going to broil these very quickly. Filling them, again, kind of like we filled the mussels, kind of like we filled the mushrooms. So this, again, would be like one of the appetizers that we bring to the table. So the mains would be more like crabs that we would, of course, either eat with pasta or just dip and use your hands to to enjoy them. Sometimes we'd also make a seafood risotto or a scallop risotto. That usually comes to the table because my kids love the scallops, but very easy to make. All very simple.
Yeah.
So okay.
That one is a very nice, interesting mix. I mean, I haven't seen like shrimps with eggs,
Yeah.
because we have the same version, but like we call it like prawns thermidor. Like only
Thermidor.
the thermidor. Yeah, so that one has a very nice mix into it. So, no, yeah.
Should try
Yeah,
it.
it's a little different. So if you decide to make them, make sure you name them after Lola Melly.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Yes.
Nina would be so happy. There's
know.
Lola
Wow.
Melly. Aw, God bless her. She rest in peace. Okay, guys, that brings us to another Quiz the Cook question. 5 winners will be taking home a Ricardo's treat from Ilio's party trays. Now remember, guys, if you don't live in Metro Manila, hashtag sharing is caring, so you can share it with your cousin, your brother, your mother-in-law, whoever your bestie, maybe your best friend or your lovey. You can go ahead and make sure that whoever gets the delivery does live in Metro Manila. And of course, you have shared the live stream already. We are streaming on the Rappler Facebook page, the Mama in Manila Facebook page, YouTube, and Twitter. So please make sure you share it on your Facebook page or profile and that it is set to public. We are going to pick commenter number 4, as always, 14344. This is the second question. 4th person to comment correctly will win a Ricardo's treat. So here we go. Kaye, could you read it for me?
All right. Can you flash it on screen because I can't see the
He will. Yeah, he will.
All right. So, what's the Italian American holiday tradition that Mish's family practices? Ooh, that's the reason why I'm going to Mish's house for Christmas Eve. And the question is, what's the Italian American holiday tradition that Mish's family practices? So we're choosing commenter number 4.
Yes. Commenter number 4 who answers correctly. So Kuya Romy, you have a fan. Daniel S. Moynihan is saying
What's going
hello.
on over there? Daniel, he should know the answer if he's been watching this one. The answer to this question is on the tip of my tongue. And Daniel, if you win this, we need to split the prize. All right, help me in, Danny.
Fantastic. Okay, so Rosemary Jean. So guys, we need to answer, Rosemary, we need to answer what the tradition is, and not just one of the dishes. So we also have Serene Galangan Sakandal watching from Cotabato. Hello, how are you? Okay, we have lots of people who are answering correctly. So we are just double checking to make sure that everybody who gets the answer correct in the order there has shared the live stream. Very important that you share the live stream because, guys, hashtag sharing is caring. Okay, so let's see. And, we did say we want you to stay in Metro Manila. The prize will be delivered to a person, a resident, a family member, a friend, your cousin, your brother from another mother, whoever it is that you would like to receive this on your behalf if you don't live in Metro Manila. What a wonderful gift you're giving them, right? Who wouldn't like to give that? Who wouldn't like to get that gift?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
So I have all these party tricks in front of me. Do you guys mind if I dig in?
Go. Can I dig in too?
Dig in.
I want to. What
Dig
do you
in.
have in front of you, Kaye? Tell us what
They
you
have
have.
their favorite kare-kare. And then I have the pork binagoongan. So that's perfect because these are their favorites.
Yeah.
And I'm going to dig
Hope
in.
you're going to like it, Kaye.
I'm sure I will. I love food.
Yeah.
And I know kare-kare is one of your faves also, no, Kaye?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you really, Chef N and Mac, that you pair those two dishes together because they really are perfect together. Who doesn't
Mhm.
love? That's when for my problem when I'm eating like that is that it has to be all even ratios for each subo. So if I don't
Yes.
have enough rice
Mhm.
and then run out of kare-kare and I still have more rice and I still have more binugoongan, I have to get more to make it
More.
match.
Yeah, correct.
Do you also pick like what your last subo, what your ending flavor is going to be?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You got to plan. Yeah, you got to plan that appropriately.
Yes. But I have been known to give my last subo to the person that I love the most.
Oh.
Oh,
No, just kidding. No, I do give it to Nino. I do give it to Nino. I will give up my last subo. That's like precious, right? Perfectly balanced subo. And then if it's the last one,
I'll
perfect.
give it to
Okay,
Chef N though.
No,
you
you can take it.
if he'll take it. Chef N, will you take it?
No, no, no. No way.
maybe
Oh,
maybe
wait.
if Anne is sharing
Sharing,
it.
sharing is caring.
Not from him.
Okay, maybe if Anne is sharing it, he would take the last subo.
Of course,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. All right, guys. I think we have a winner. Mary Madonna, congratulations. It looks like you answered correctly with the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Congratulations.
Wow.
Someone from the social media team will be getting in touch with you.
Mhm.
Guys, let's give her a round of applause. Cutie, I see that cutie. I'm sure that your little cutie will enjoy what you will be eating as well from Elio's party trays. Okay, so Jerome, let's talk about holiday festivities because you dialed it all the way back, right?
oh yeah. We took it
Let's
back like Ratatouille, where he takes the scoop, goes back to his childhood days. Let's talk about eggnog. Now, when you hear eggnog, normally, what do you think about? The little snack that comes in the bag. I think the biscuits, right?
I think
I'm
that's
going
what
to
some
teach
of
you
us yes.
totally different definition of eggnog that goes back to supposedly the 13th century monks. But even, I mean, George Washington, first president of the U.S., the late 1700s, also had an eggnog recipe that he liked. So eggnog is it's kind of like a milk punch, and it was one of those things that in the U.S. it signals like the start of the holiday season. So it's kind of like in the
Absolutely.
Philippines where you hear like the first Jose Mari Chan song on the radio or in the mall. When you see eggnog on the shelf in the grocery stores, that means that the Christmas season, the holiday season has officially begun. And it's only available for a limited time. So when you find it, you got to grab it. Now, it's kind of hard to find in the Philippines, and that's why I'm going to teach you how to make your own.
Perfect. I'm ready for the video.
Alrighty. Yeah, so many times too I've been looking for this stuff and I call my mom, she says, it's easy, just make it, just easy. Well,
So,
she
did
didn't
your
laugh.
mom make it when you were growing
She
up?
didn't make this one. I actually looked up the recipe, but after years, this is the first time I ever made it. And I finally know how to make it myself. So it is actually easy. So you grab all your ingredients there. What do you got? Your vanilla, your nutmeg, cinnamon, some little dash of salt, some heavy cream. And we're going to separate the egg yolk from the white. Now, I'm not the best at doing this, but I worked it out. So you don't need the white for this recipe. Save the white for the next morning, maybe. You just need the yolk.
Great. So
take that
hence
out
the
there.
name eggnog. There really is egg
eggnog.
in this recipe.
Yeah, it definitely has eggnog. Actually, the definition of nog is kind of disputed, but we'll talk about that later. You're gonna add half a cup of sugar, and we're gonna kind of whisk the sugar and the egg yolk together here, and just kind of get them nicely mixed together. I'm trying to do this without any power tools, no blenders or anything heavy, just to show you just how easy this is. So we're gonna take, I think it's 2 cups of milk.
Okay.
So 2 cups of milk there.
So far, eggs, milk, and sugar.
Yes, eggs, milk, and sugar. But you notice that these are separate. So we're keeping the milk separate. We're going to heat the milk up eventually, and we're going to mix in the cream here. This is heavy whipping cream. You can also just use the cream that's very common. One is a little lighter. One is kind of for your savory dishes, but either one will work if you can find it. Either one works. Got to get your cream in there. Nutmeg. This is important. Got to have that nutmeg flavor there. Put that on the stove there, and just keep whisking it. You don't want to boil this. You just want to kind of bring it to just almost to a simmer, not too hot. And what we're going to do with this milk eventually is we're going to scoop it out into the eggs. This is called tempering the eggs. This is the way of slowly rising the temperature of the egg. Right. This is where I felt like a pro. Once you start doing this, you start to feel like you're doing something serious, right? So you don't want the eggs to scramble. That's why you're going to slowly heat them up.
Right.
One scoop at a time.
And I love your hand mixer there. I am so impressed with that hand mixer. You have to ask Camille where you got it.
Oh, my wife got that. I didn't even know how to use it properly. She was like, "What are you doing?" So I was spinning it. And she said, "No, that's not how you do it." So once you've done enough scoops of the milk into the egg, you just pour it back in there. And again, we're gonna whisk this. The temperature is still kind of at the medium setting there. I'm going to use a thermometer just to kind of get this just right. It's 160 degrees Fahrenheit, but you notice it's never boiling. It's never bubbling. So once we get up to 160, it's the time when I'm going to take it off the heat. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. So this is the thing, too. You have to plan ahead a little bit. If you want to make eggnog, you want to let it chill for you can even do it overnight if you want to.
Okay.
So kind of stir that up.
This is a make ahead. Yeah. I think I would make it
ahead dish. Now, there's something fun to know about eggnog, too, and I'm going to show you in a second. You can either make it the naughty recipe, or you can make the nice recipe, depending on which way you want to go. It can be for the kids, or if the kids have been particularly naughty, maybe you need a little spike in there, right?
Yes.
So we're going to give this a little boost.
I was just going to say.
I couldn't figure out why my mom was always having eggnog, like every time after wrapping up the gifts. Now I know. So, so you pour it into your glass here, right? Just kind of whisk it up a little bit. And let's say, you're going to make one for the kids. So you're just going to pour that in there. Put a little bit of nutmeg. And you might even want to stick actually a cinnamon. You can put some cinnamon on the top too. So we're going to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon there. And this is, this is Papa J's special ingredient. A little bit of spiced rum there. So
I like that you used Captain.
Yeah, I got the Captain. The Captain came in there. And I just poured it in there. This is to taste, totally to taste. You don't have to put too much. Don't put, just put it however much you want. Now, you notice nobody can tell, too. So you want to make sure that you might want to mark it maybe with a little garnish, so you know who this is. Right. And there you go. Take a little sip. And that is eggnog. You can, if you can serve it cold, you can serve it warm. It's up to you. In the Philippines, I like to have it cold.
I would like to have it cold as well. It looks so yummy. It almost looks like dessert with all that sugar and cream.
It is a sweet treat.
It is, but I loved how you served it in the glass with the cinnamon stick. It's so festive. I really feel like it's Christmas. And like you said, when I see eggnog, I know, back home in the States, it would be, okay, the eggnog is here. That means Christmas is close. That's true.
So
and now actually I don't have to worry because I have the recipe. Thank you for that, Jerome.
Right.
So, all right, guys, we do have a question. So before we ask the third Quiz the Cook question, we are going to answer some questions from the comment section. Hi, guys. Welcome back. We're answering some questions, and then we're going to ask the third Quiz the Cook question for people to have their chance at winning Ilio's Party Trays, Ricardo's Treats. Okay, so Disgruntled Bystander is asking if they can comment on YouTube. I'm so sorry, you have to be on the Rappler Facebook page or the Mama and Manila Facebook page for us to see your comments. So if you want to win, that's where you should share, and that's where you should comment as well, so we can see. And Disgruntled Bystander is in Manila, so that's perfect. If you are in Manila, then you have a chance. I'm seeing your message now, so you must be on one of the Facebook pages. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So some of our comments while watching the eggnog video, they're commenting bread. I wonder why they're commenting bread.
Maybe what's the first thing you think of?
Yeah, the eggnog, the biscuit.
The biscuit.
Yes.
All right.
Me and Mac and Chef, and we love eggnog biscuit. When we were still young. That's why one of our offers with cakes is eggnog flan cake.
I think the recipe that Jerome shared just earlier, it comes close to what we offer too. But this one is a cake. It's an entire cake.
It's the entire
tray.
cake.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. Yeah,
Minus the naughty one.
you can have it on the go.
Okay.
What would you what would you guys opt for? Hands up for naughty.
Oh, I'm all about the naughty.
I would try. That seems to be
Yeah.
interesting.
I want to try it with the rum too, because actually, as a kid, I did not like it at all. Obviously, I didn't even like rum cake as a kid, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't like liquor in with my desserts or my yummy drinks until I found Bailey's, actually. Then I liked Bailey's, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Bailey's? Especially on the holidays. Okay, we have another quiz the cook question. For this one, I will ask Jerome to read it. Up for grabs, we know, is Ricardo's treat from Elio's party trays. This can serve up to 4 to 6 people. Of course, guys, they say that it can serve 4 to 6 people, but it can serve way more than that because I see their portions. They're very generous, as we are. Like if you were going to be sitting at your grandma's table or your mother's table or even your cousin's table. Very generous. We hope you live in Metro Manila or have a relative or a friend that does. And you can be watching from either the Facebook page on Rappler or the Mama and Manila Facebook page as well. So this time we are choosing the third person to comment, 143. This is the third question. Jerome, we are going to, we won't ask for all, but you can go ahead and see. We'll flash the title card here for the question.
All right. So name 3 ingredients used for the eggnog featured in this episode.
Okay. So when we say 3 ingredients, guys, we want the 3 main ingredients. Okay.
Tricky,
and
3 main ones.
Yeah, so the 3 main ones. And while you guys are going, while you guys are answering, I see the comment section is blowing up again. So while
so if you put all 6, then you're not going to win it. You have to put the 3 main ones.
So fast.
So are they fast or what, guys? Right, Mac? They're super fast, right?
Wow,
They are.
Yeah,
So
don't
this is
underestimate.
They're paying
Got some
attention.
super fans out there.
Yeah, well, this is why one of, I think this is why we had to figure out that we needed to like opt for 1, 4, 3, 4, 4 for the questions, because sometimes people have an unfair advantage with high-speed internet, right? So we have to like change it up a little so that there's more of a chance for people to win. We want everybody to enjoy the opportunity to take home this lovely Ricardo's treat that you will be winning. Some of the dishes that I have on the table, while we're figuring out who's winning, some of the dishes that I have on the table, we have actually, Mac was talking about thermidor. They have prawns thermidor. Today they sent over lobster thermidor for us, which is served on a bed of linguine.
Yeah.
With the aioli pasta.
Yeah, and it looks like there's also some shrimp in the pasta too.
Yes.
Yeah, super yum. So this will, and for heating the dishes up, right? Chef, how would we heat these dishes up if we were to get them a little bit earlier and want to prep and then, put them out when the company comes?
Yeah.
What are some of the ways?
A microwave will do without put it out in the trays, or you transfer it in another plate and put it up in the oven.
Right. Great. So what I did, I put actually is this the roast beef belly?
Yeah, the smoked roast beef.
Which one?
Yes.
The smoked one.
Yeah.
That one. Yes.
The
Yeah.
smoked
That one is our smoked prime beef.
When I opened up the mashed potatoes, I could smell the truffle.
Yeah.
The beef was so super juicy and lambot, super soft. I actually
For 10 hours.
For 10 hours.
Wow. So that's why, I was kind of taking bites while I was plating. And I will admit, I put a little bit aside for myself for later. So, just a little bit. But I put these actually in dishes that can go right in the oven. So the salmon and the beef, the smoked beef, I actually put them on the dishes that can go right in the oven. So when I do heat up the oven, I can throw them in and then bring them to the table.
Yeah. That one, the baked salmon, is also one of my favorites.
Me too. I can't wait to try yours.
Yeah.
I love salmon.
Yes.
Then we also have the
Whole roast chicken.
That one's the roast chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah. The chicken. Yeah. The roast chicken that comes with the cochini Ilios. And of course the
Paella
paella.
Valenciana.
Paella Valenciana. Parang seafood.
Right.
It's
Yeah, seafood.
seafood paella. Yeah, that
Mish,
was
forget Christmas Eve. I'm coming over tonight.
you can come. We're waiting for you. And then chef, Kay was actually asking earlier too. We were talking about some of the dishes, right? So I know Kay also received a big treat as well. How do the dishes freeze? Like, let's say I still have some paella left,
Mhm.
or I have some of the beef belly left, the smoked beef.
Just let
Can
it
we
cool.
freeze
Yeah. Just let it cool it down first, and then you can put it in the wrap. Just seal it properly, and then that's it.
Great. So we can enjoy it a day or two after, even. Fantastic. Okay.
Can you freeze the food? Like, how long
Yeah,
do
you
they
can.
last in the freezer?
It took much longer when you freeze it. It can be about 4 to 5 days.
Perfect. Okay, so it looks like, guys, we do check if you share the live stream. So part of the reason why sometimes it takes a little bit longer is if we can't, we have someone who answers correctly and it is the right number in the chronological order of when people answer. If you haven't shared the live stream, we can't award Ricardo's treat to you. Sayang, make sure you share the live stream.
But for
We
those who
want-
answered right and didn't share, just I'll give you a cheers. Cheers to you. There.
Cheers. Jerome, I want also. Okay, I only have water here. I'll have my drink after.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
I have-
I got the naughty. I think
And
I got
alcohol. I have a naughty
You have a
one.
different kind of
Oh,
alcohol,
you
Mac.
I have a naughty
You
one.
put the green cross in there.
Yeah.
That'll make it clean out.
Cheers. Cheers. Okay.
Cheers.
So it looks
All right.
like we do have a winner. Okay. Here we go. Yes, we do. Okay, looks like we have a winner. Charmaine Arciaga Magana. She
All right.
answered nutmeg, egg yolk, and milk. Very vital ingredients. What are some of the other? Congratulations, Charmaine. Someone from the Rappler team will be getting in touch with you. Be sure to give a Metro Manila address that you would like everything to be delivered to, and of course, your contact information so we can confirm delivery. Chef N, Mac, and Jens will be sending over that treat with their own riders. So guys, this is the other thing, like in this day and age when we're ordering and having, dishes sent to the house, one, of course, we want to know who they're coming from. And two, the least contact possible. Of course, it's the best, right? So in this case, the team has their own set of riders and they dispatch your orders 2 to 3 hours after everything is freshly made. That's super easy. And of course, super yummy because it comes to the house hot. Congratulations, Charmaine. We have, so holiday plans, these holiday plans. I know, everything's kind of up in the air sometimes now. I'm sure you guys, Chef, is this your busiest time of year?
Yes. Every year, it's like this.
It is. It
Yes.
is. In fact, we are fully booked this 24th, 25th, and 31st already. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, but we can squeeze in some orders perhaps on the 25th.
Okay.
So we're looking
Perfect.
at expanding. We're looking at expanding our order set for the 25th. But of course we wanted to do that because we want to preserve the quality of our service and of course the dishes
Especially the
that we
food.
are serving.
Absolutely. No one would question that. For sure, we understand, and you guys know how to prepare good food and how to
Yeah.
get it to families,
Mhm.
still hot. So
Yeah.
we understand that. And for those of you who don't get to make the cut for this 25th or the
Mhm.
24th or even the 31st, guys, you still
Yeah.
have one more chance.
Yeah, Mish, but if I may just interject also, but
Yeah.
for those people who wouldn't want who were not able to make it to the cut, we still have our frozen line. We have our frozen line. Yes. Yeah, so I mean we made that we because we have already anticipated that there might be some people who wouldn't be able to make it to the cut. So early on this year we have already done our R&D for our frozen line. So we have sets of dishes, or some of our personal kitchen favorites too, which we are offering. So instead of them waiting for their orders on the 24th or 25th or the 31st, they can do the dishes themselves or be their own chefs. So we put on
Fantastic.
instructions there as well.
That's even better. And then you don't have to tell your guests that you got
That's
it
right.
from Chef.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm already,
Yeah.
I'm already
You
over here
can just
scheming.
read it up and
Mhm.
say, I made
Mhm.
this. No, I'm kidding. I actually always give credit.
Post it
Guys,
on
I'm
the
kidding.
gram.
Guys, I'm kidding. I actually always give credit where credit is due. But Kay and I know very well. We are both moms who are busy, and we love having the option of having frozen dishes that
Mhm.
are made with quality ingredients, that are yummy, that are comfort in the freezer. Diba,
Mhm.
Kay? It's nice to have those
Yeah.
options.
Mhm.
Just reheat for pop it
Yeah,
in the microwave.
right. But guys, don't don't be disheartened. I was looking for the word. Don't be disheartened, because we do have two more opportunities for you to take home Ricardo's treat. As always, you know the drill. Share the live stream on your Facebook profile or page. Make sure it is public so we can check. And of course, we will be delivering. Chef and Mac and Jens will be delivering to a Metro Manila address. So this is where sharing is caring. And if you don't live in Metro Manila, you can share with your loved ones or your friends. Okay, so we have this last question. No, sorry, fourth question of our Quiz the Cook question. I will ask this because I know she's very dear to my husband. I know she's very dear. And so we will ask the question. Here it is. Who is Lola Melly?
This is yeah.
Oh, that one, it's a giveaway question, huh?
This is pretty much how I passed high school. You can figure it out.
Yeah.
This is the secret to my success right now.
It's the answer just before the question.
Remember, and I haven't had any eggnog yet. Remember that the fourth person to answer correctly, so it's 1 4 3 4 4. The fourth person to answer correctly who has shared the live stream and who will deliver to a Metro Manila address, right? This could be anyone, that you love or care about, or maybe someone that you want to just send a special treat from
Hi.
Elio's Party Crates. Okay. So you guys know, we realized that everybody who was watching felt kind of bad that if they didn't live in Metro Manila, they couldn't receive it. But guys, this is the season of giving. This is the season to share, and this is the season to share your blessings. So in this case, if you would like to enter for a chance to win, you still have one more Quiz the Cook question. Stay tuned while we figure out who answered this question correctly with all of the clues that I wasn't supposed to give. So, okay, it looks like we have a lot of answers. We're just making sure that you guys have shared the live stream. So, guys, We said, so Kaye, you said you weren't going to go out. You were going to go to your brother's place. Chef, Mac, and Jens, you guys, this is your busiest time of year. When do you
Same
actually get
season.
to celebrate, right? When do you get to celebrate?
After the holidays, only.
Yeah,
It's always like that.
but we have already pre-celebrated. No, we had our Christmas party together. That was in December 7th. So we pretty much had our party earlier, and that's also our recognition, an awards night. So
For the team.
we made something like that, just so our employees would feel appreciated because of their efforts the whole year. But basically, since this will be the busiest season for us, we will be able to get to celebrate after the holidays, which is on the 25th. That's why on the 25th,
Half day.
we won't be having any service in the afternoon, so we'll be
Okay.
spending the entire day together. I mean, half of the day together. So we have rented out a space for all the employees together with their families. By the way, we are our employees. We are housing all our employees. So it's actually a big brother house. No, that's how we normally put it. So
Wow.
yeah, so we'll be spending Christmas all together.
Wow. Guys,
Wow,
I'm
this is
so emo
really
right now.
sweet.
That's so wonderful that you keep everyone together. That also
Mhm.
keeps everyone safe. And it
Safe, yeah,
really is like a big family.
yeah. Mhm.
Kudos. Love that.
Mhm.
Korean heart for you.
Yes.
Love that.
Chef N,
Love that.
that is Chef N's trademark too in the YouTube
Is
channel.
it?
Yeah,
Yes.
this one.
Love me. Lovey. Okay. All right. It looks like we may have a winner. I'm just waiting for the back end to let us know, the council, if they have spoken. So let's see if they have the correct answer. It looks like, okay. I have to scroll. Sorry. Looking at, there we go. Okay, we got it. Ryan Gonzalez answered correctly. And he answered that Lola Melly is the grandmother of my lovey. Oh, my hubby. Yes. She is the grandmother of Nino. So Lola Melly is she's gone on to meet our creator, but she is with us in our hearts. And of course, we remember her every time we make that dish on Christmas Eve. Okay, guys, before we go, did we get to hear Jerome's plans? Jerome, what are you doing
Oh
this?
gosh. Well, let's see here. I've got my mother-in-law is coming in town. I really love my mother-in-law. She usually comes and does a whole lot of cooking, and I actually feel a little bit, little tiny bit guilty. But this time, I have something that's gonna get me some pokey points. The package that arrived there, I already like Instagram and sent it to her. So now she's gonna come. She can kick back and relax, and it's always nice when family comes in town because everybody else has other people to talk to, and it kind of just changes the dynamic of your household a little bit. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And it really is the season of bringing family and friends together, sometimes even new friends or even acquaintances, to remember the reason for the season. Celebrating Jesus's birthday, of course, is so important for so many people. We do have time for the last quiz the cook question. Remember, you should be watching from either the Rappler Facebook page or the Mama in Manila Facebook page. You should you should share the live stream. And of course, make sure that you can deliver to a Metro Manila address, right, guys? So this is where you can be kind and generous. Here we go. This one is up for Ricardo's treat, which is good for 4 to 6 people.
Mhm.
Here's the question. This is an easy one. We will pick, remember, here for this question, there is no right or wrong answer. With this one, it is not necessarily going to be the fourth person, but we are going to see your answers and see who's clever and ingenious in what they respond.
Oh, I like the follow. I see some good answers already.
Who hasn't read the question yet?
Let's see.
Does
Which one?
someone, let's
I
see.
know I read
Jen,
mine.
did you read it? Jen's read a question. How about Chef N? Can you read a question?
What's going to be your Noche Buena spread?
There you go. So you guys can share what your Noche Buena spread is going to be. You can be clever with your answers. You can be heartfelt. You can even share who you will be eating with, of course. And of course, we want to, let us know where you're signing in from as well and where you're watching from. This is an easy question, so anyone can win. And of course, we want to make sure that everyone has a chance, right? So while we're waiting for those answers, Jerome, why don't you tell our viewers where they can find you on social media if they want to learn more about eggnog or any other fun recipes that you've shared with us. So guys, in case you didn't know, Jerome has shared lots of recipes with us. Sometimes, more than likely, I ask him to share something that's alcoholic.
I don't know how this happened, but I've just become kind of like the mix master, which is okay. And I like blending up these little drinks. So you can find me on Facebook as Blended Family Man. That's my real name too, Jerome McCuin. You want to look for Jerome McCuin? I'm on Instagram also as Blended Family Man.
Okay, awesome. And Kaye, if they want to learn more about bento mamas, fun food finds, fruit, parenting, beauty, where can they find you and chat you up?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Kaye Sy-Catral. Or if you're curious about bento and bento catering, we have our own Instagram page, that's Bento Mamas. You can also find us on Facebook, that's Facebook Bento Mamas. And you can send us an email at bentomamas@gmail.com.
There you go. So guys, Kaye and I met because I wanted to learn more about bento, right? Kaye, Mia introduced us and I was packing lunches for my kids at the time and I wanted to see if I could level up and, make the lunches even more fun. And when Kaye gave me my first one-on-one tutorial, I realized very quickly that I should just pack sandwiches.
Well, Mish, and we had a lot of sessions learning how to do bento.
Well, I also realized that, packing for 4 and then figuring out how to manage everything else, something had to give. So I would do it when you encouraged me, but I also know that it's not an all the time thing for me. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and Jens and Chef Mac and Chef N and Mac. Let's chat about where everyone can find Elio's trace. If you have personal accounts that you want people to follow as well, tell us about that.
Yeah, of course. I would like to invite everyone to try Elio's Party Trace. We are on several social media handles. We're on Facebook, it's Elio's Party Trace. On Instagram, it's _Elio's Party Trace. And if they want to order at their own convenience, we have our website. It's www.dinewithelios.com. And just like what we mentioned earlier, we are also on YouTube. So we have our own YouTube channel where we feature other dishes as well. So it's actually a lifestyle food and travel show. So so that's where we do our random stuff, and we also guest some celebrities. So please join us, like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel.
Super fun that you get to guest some celebrities too.
Yeah.
That's super fun. Okay, so guys, these answers are really so hard to choose. It's so hard to choose a winner. But I think we have a winner based on how you answered. So Okay. Rain Ison Manayo. Macaroni salad for us. It's a recipe from my Lola who passed away a decade ago. This is also our way of remembering her during the holidays. Happy holidays, Rappler. Thank you, Rain. Congratulations with such a wonderful, heartwarming answer. Of course, we want to remember all of our relatives who've gone on to meet the Creator while we celebrate Jesus' birthday. So you win Ricardo's treat from Elio's party trays. And of course, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for
Thank you,
taking
ma'am.
time out of your busy schedules. I know, like you said, this is your busy season. Chef N, Mac, Jens, and of course, Kay, I know you're also busy. I'm so glad you got to join me today. Jerome, until our next gig where I will ask you to make something else. Okay, guys, this is it. Please do go ahead and leave messages or comments of what you'd like to learn about next year. This is our last episode for the year. We will be back in January, second week in January, January 11th, where we will talk about some healthy recipes after we have indulged over the holidays. So, guys, stay tuned, stay safe, and of course, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, a happy and healthy New Year. And of course, for all of our families who have been affected, we are praying for you and everyone who has been affected by the storm. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next year. Bye.
Holidays.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.